Good morning. So I've been wondering, where's the crisis where we don't have to give up our freedoms? Where's the crisis where the government doesn't pass a bunch of new laws and try to force people to do things they don't believe in? Where's the crisis where big business doesn't make huge profits at the expense of everyone else? Or big business is given a huge handout? How about a crisis or an emergency where we trust humans to act in their nature and to help each other? How about a crisis where all the politicians and all the bureaucrats and all the health czars and whatnot, they all go on a 2-month vow of silence sabbatical? In other words, the way of approaching it is that if it's a real crisis and a real emergency, it's too important for politicking. It's too important for all the political machinations and for the corruption and the cronyism and all that. It's too important. So those people should just take a leave. Just sit in the back seat and let humans, let the people take care of each other. How about the crisis where we temporarily repeal all laws, rescind all taxes, just shut down that whole system? Just give it a break for 2 months. Let people come forward and do what they do, which is to help each other. That's in our nature. We're hardwired to help each other, especially in time of crisis where we set aside, have and have not, rich, poor, celebrity, nobody, all that stuff goes out the window and we just come together because that's what we do. That's in our nature. We would have gone extinct if that wasn't the case. How about the pandemic where all law enforcement goes on vacation, all the prisons are closed, the gates are open, the cells are open, and just if the prisoners want to leave, they can. Just shut down that whole system, put it on a break for a couple months, and let's just see what happens. Let's try it. We've tried everything else, and we've seen the results, and it's not working. So how about we try something different? And I'm actually totally serious. I would love it for all these things to be tried, and I'm 100% certain it would improve the world. How about the crisis or the pandemic where instead of seeing nonstop fear and scare and all that on the mainstream news and media and from the heads of whatever, we see story after story after story about people who survive, about people with miraculous healing, about people who live to be 100, people who are healthy and never get sick, people who day after day, story after story of people who survive, of people who thrive, people who are helping each other. Story after story of people who maybe got sick and then made a great recovery, programming our system to see the good and to see instead of indoctrinating and brainwashing us towards fear and scare and to give up our freedoms and to let other people tell us what to do and stuff like that. We have all kinds of stories, and the system reinforces our good side and reinforces our body's natural ability to heal itself, reinforces how strong the immune system is, that it's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. Story after story about the miracle of the human body and how wonderful it is and how human nature, over the course of time, how we always come together to help each other. Let's hear those stories. Let's have that kind of message being broadcast. What would the world look like? What would happen? How would people behave? Or how would people feel? What would be the thinking if we're hearing story after story of that instead of something else that tends to pull us away from our nature, pull us away from immunity and health? And then to ask the question, why are we trusting or even looking to a system that's telling us a message of doom and gloom? Why would we do that? What does that say about that system? What is their interest? What is their motivation? How about we try something different? We've been doing this crisis bleeds, it leads. When in doubt, shut everything down, control, top down. We tried that. We've been doing that for hundreds, if not thousands of years. How about we try letting people rise to the occasion? We trust each other. We turn towards each other. One of the things I love about the Gottman relationship work is this idea of instead of turning against, being adversaries, we become allies. We turn towards each other, and we practice and see each other as the first person. We turn to each other. That's our first course of action. Instead of distrust, we go towards each other. We lean into each other. We give each other a chance to rise to the occasion and be the good people that we are. So thanks for watching.